Welcome again to another exciting edition of NWA F.A.G, Fun Athletic Guys, here in the wonderful Ikea Arena, which we'll be in for a while, I believe. We have a great match to talk about tonight to bring to all of you. Of course, I'm talking about a match between two guys, one of which many of you may know, and one of which some of you may know because you've caught him looking at you in the windows at night masturbating. So we've got... Who we got, Johnny? Tell them all about it.
It looks like we've got one of our buddies from the Golden Gals, the boyfriend of Hot Young Briley, none other than Trent Barreta, with 2 R's for some unknown reason and 1 T, because he doesn't know how to spell the word Beretta. And he's going up against none other than the world-known, huge superstar, massive wrestling world champion, Wayne Van Dyke.
Who the fuck is Wayne Van Dyke?
I don't know. I think he's the guy that I see at the gym every week, struggling to bench 90 pounds.
Now, we've got the tail of the tape on the screen for all of you guys. I will point out that all of the facts about Trent are 100% accurate, right down to him murdering Kalen Croft and eating him to become the world's only dude buster. Wayne Van Dyke, now it's an older picture of him, so don't be alarmed when you see him. He's lost his hair due to some sort of wannabe Bryan Cranston accident, and I think he pasted it onto his face to get a goatee to kind of look more of a badass. But that is Wayne Van Dyke.
We're too cheap to even get a normal picture of him, like an updated one.
As you can see, well, that makes us more legitimate like the indies. If you guys look at all the indie, all around the world, they use outdated pictures.
Their graphics are done by retards. Much like Wayne Van Dyke is a retard.
That's why in AIW, Derek Bateman still has hair.
In their universe, his hair somehow grows out like Samson, and it gives him powers, but in real life he actually has very short hair, and he does not have those long, luscious locks anymore.
Yeah, much to the dismay of many retards, including Count Freddy, who claims that Derek Bateman's stupid haircut got him fired. So, are you ready to roll? Because I believe we have some words from each of our competitors before we get to the match.
Yes, we sent one of our cameramen to get a word with, actually Trent Barreta, who was with Ethan Carter, discussing God knows what, probably Abe Lincoln or something. We tried to get a word about their match tonight.
What is your guys' favorite match in WWE?
What the fuck?
What? He's always got a weird shirt. He's got a giraffe on.
I know.
Hold on.
Brilliant camera work here by our cameraman.
This cameraman has Parkinson's disease. You should probably not go and hire them at hospitals.
Well, no. This is what happened. We hired a 9-year-old to interview Trent and Ethan Carter, and he went off topic.
I was paying more attention to the fact Justine Silver is behind them, and
yes, NWA F.A.G diva Mercedes Justine Silver is behind them. And if you look at her eyes, you can see clearly she's waiting for some dick.
Well, I'd like to give it to her. Of course, we've got Trent and Derek arguing over whose favorite match in the WWE. They don't want to answer the question because they're worried that neither of them are going to say each other.
I don't even know if they ever... Well, yeah, they did.
Well, they did in FCW, where Michael Hutter dressed like Apollo Creed knocked out Trent Barreta dressed like an old woman.
Well, I honestly don't care what they're talking about. I mean, I'm more interested in what Bateman has to say about Trent's match against the retard tonight. But since our cameraman is so incompetent, he couldn't even ask them the right question. He asked them about their favorite match.
Yeah, and he's too busy asking them what John Cena and CM Punk are like, which is why they look completely disgusted. They want to know what dirt sheet this is for, and Hutter is hesitant to say the word dirt sheet because of the fact that the dirt sheet guy may pop up and lecture him.
Mercedes has the eye of the tiger. She wants to fuck one of them so bad.
Sure.
I would too.
That was very interesting to say the least.
Well, we've got another. We sent one of our other cameramen to get a word with Wayne Van Dyke backstage. Is this a clothing store?
Looks like a changing room. What?
Hey,
why are these?
What the hell is Damian Darling's sister, Solo Darling, doing here? What the fuck is he doing here at the Ikea Arena?
Apparently, Wayne Van Dyke is showing her his like 7-ounce weights. I believe he's trying to mac on her.
I think that's the weight that he sticks up his own ass at night.
with this weight and Solo, darling.
What's wrong with this guy? He looks like a cancer patient.
He looks like a retard.
No one.
Well, his
can
tattoos.
stop us, not
His
even
tattoos
you,
are as bad as the
not even
ICP guy who got
Stormy.
beat up by Ryback that time on
These
SmackDown.
hands, you
Solo
found out
looks very
things,
hesitant to
they
be
can
next to
crush
this guy, and I
coconuts.
believe that's because he's not allowed within 50 feet of a
Just like
woman
the coconut
legally.
sage
Is that a stick-on tattoo on her face?
So
I'm not sure. I think it is.
Why is she hanging out with this nerd for?
if you wanna
Obviously-
I think she feels sorry for him. I think it's trying to get good
you
karma.
know where to find
I just don't understand this.
Did she just imply has a small penis? Did you see her do that thing with her hands?
And look, she
Look at that hug!
He went
The
for a
friend
kiss
zone
and
hug.
he got the friend zone hug.
Well, I'm glad for that. That means maybe I've got a chance if that guy's been friend zoned.
Well, then again, that's not saying much. Everyone friend zones him.
No, I don't think they friend zone him because that would involve actually being his friend. So I think therein lies the problem with your logic. So of course we've got this match. We've got Trent Barreta versus Wayne Van Dyke.
Anyway, let's cut to the ring and see these two fucking wrestle each other, oiled up and half naked.
Why are there so many kids by Wayne Van Dyke while he enters the ring? Are those his entourage, his boyfriends? What are they?
Those are actually the children that he tried to molest. I think they're the lumberjacks for this match, Riv.
And this cape, what is this? He's wearing he's wearing his grandma's curtain to the ring. She's probably very cold and freezing without protection from the weather.
As you can see, Solo is not accompanying him to the ring. As I said before, he's completely friend-zoned.
Look at that group of fat women that are actually desperate enough to have sex with
He's
him.
so friend-zoned that he's in the polite acquaintance zone where she won't even walk out with him and work with him in the ring.
And he's flexing his wimpy little muscles, or lack thereof. I hear that Wayne Van Dyke goes to the gym quite often, actually. He,
Look at Trent. Did you see that? They put the wrong Twitter up for Trent Barreta.
yeah, apparently that's the Twitter of a gay role player account.
I went to that Twitter. The bio, no joke, the bio says, "Hey, it's your boy Trent Barreta. I'm a WWE superstar, RP gay single. No wonder he's here on Fun Athletic Guys. He's gay."
Well, you know, he does have a very questionable relationship with hot young Briley. They were arguing several months back about who has a smaller penis.
Yeah.
So there's that. But I hear that there's a very serious reason we're having this match tonight.
He's trying to get
Why
the little kid to touch him.
Yeah, what a fucking sicko, man.
And
Did he
he's
bend
sticking his
over
ass in
that?
the kid's face. Little known fact, Van Dyke is a child molester, and his PO let him come out here to Ikea thinking he was going to buy furniture. Instead, he's wrestling in a match against the Dude Buster himself.
Wearing one of my leftover bed sheets, which he cut into a pair of wrestling tights, which is disturbing. Now, I hear
he
there's
got from Walmart. What do you want?
well, I hear there's a really serious reason why we're having Trent versus Van Dyke tonight. It is because Van Dyke, the world's most consummate pervert, found out that Trent Barreta does have a possession of sex pics of AJ Lee back during their relationship. And if Van Dyke wins the match tonight, Trent has to share all of the AJ Lee sex pics with Wayne Van Dyke. And that's because Wayne Van Dyke likes girls that look like they're 12 years old.
And that ring girl that just walked out, for those of you wondering, that's indie wrestler Brittany Savage, whose tan I will not make fun of because I do not want to get beat up by Jesse Neal, who's also here tonight at the Ikea Arena.
You notice all of the children really want Van Dyke out of here. I mean, how many kids has he touched in the state of Florida?
Well, he's a Florida man, so what do you expect from him?
I hear he's on the Subway diet, and no, I don't mean that he goes to Subway and eats. I mean that he sleeps on the Subway, starving and homeless, begging for change, and therefore he cannot afford food.
Wayne Van Dyke is actually the son of TV legend Dick Van Dyke. He's a complete failure. He could not live he could not live up to Dick Van Dyke's legacy.
I didn't know if he was related to Dick Van Dyke or he has the name of a D-list Captain America villain. Now Trent is mocking this poor, creepy cancer. Apparently he gave Van Dyke's belt to all those kids and they're running away with it. Van Dyke will not get it back later because he has been beaten up by an entire kindergarten classroom before.
Well, those are the lumberjacks for this matchup. They took the belt just to make sure that it's an even playing field. They don't want Van Dyke to try to cheat.
Yeah, well, Van Dyke probably pulls things out of his genitals like our boy Leo Gold last week.
I think being fired and has caused Trent Barreta to fall into the nether voids. So now him and Derek Bateman are wrestling guys like this with really awful gimmicks. They're probably on suicide watch. So I think we're going to have a talk with them and have the staff psychologist speak with them after the match.
Well, I see that Van Dyke doing squats. Obviously, is that the proper
Completely
way to
the wrong
exercise?
form.
Yeah, does this guy even go? I mean, I've heard that he goes to the gym, but I heard what he does is he drills peepholes in the wall on the side of a Bally's Total Fitness and stares at the women in the locker room.
Those push-ups were the fucking worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And why do they keep showing those fat bitches in the audience?
I don't know, maybe the cameraman is going to fuck him later. But Van Dyke reminds me, he's very reminiscent of the game Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. You know that first guy that's really skinny and a dweeb who you kill in like 3 punches? He's totally one of those guys. Your Glass Joe, your Gabby J. He totally belongs there. Obviously, Trent is mocking and pretending to be overpowered by the enormous strength of the Dyke. And as you can see, Trent is pulling him apart. And a suplex. So
he flew so far, like it's because he weighs like 75 fucking pounds.
You know, if Trent Barreta is able to fling you across the ring like he's Ryback, you probably should give up wrestling.
Well, that's actually the weight that Trent uses at the gym right there. So that should give you an idea.
Well, now you've got Van Dyke hitting clubbing blows to the back, and he's raising the roof. What the hell? Now he's getting crunk. In the middle of the ring.
You know, it's funny, Trent Barreta was too good to come on ass, but he's not too good to wrestle here at the Ikea Arena in Tampa.
Ikea Arena is serious business. It's the only place where you can watch wrestling and buy furniture at the same time.
Look at Trent. He embodies what NWA F.A.G is all about. If you look up fun athletic guys in the dictionary, you'll see a picture of young Trenton Barreta, a.k.a. Greg Mashed Potatoes, smiling with his luscious locks and his Bill Murray knee pads.
No, I looked up fun athletic guys and I found a picture of Kalen Croft. Oops, same thing. I mean, it's sad. I'm pretty sure the reason they got rid of Kalen Croft in the WWE first is because Vince thought he had 2 of Trent Barreta. He's like, I have two of the same guy.
Trent has Bill Murray and Abe Lincoln on his knee pads, and he probably, from what I've heard, he has Adam Lambert on his man thong, which he wears under his tights. For anyone who's curious as to what he has on underneath.
I heard that he has a cup with Naresh's face on it. Of course, Trent Barreta is the 2nd most popular wrestler in India, right behind his good friend Derek Bateman, Michael Hutter, Ethan Carter III, Dolores, Golden Gal, whatever else you want to call him. USA guy.
Trent's biggest accomplishment of all, besides being the biggest wrestler in India, he banged AJ Lee before the internet noticed her. He banged her right before Ziggler, Punk, and Kevin Dunn, and right after Jay Lethal. So he's got a good. It's like getting number 27 in the Royal Rumble. It's a good spot to be in.
Yeah, I mean, I really wish that Trent would come socialize with us because I want to see these sex pics of AJ Lee that Wayne Van Dyke is so desperately trying to earn here tonight. Look at this. He's actually getting offense in because he's motivated by the idea of AJ's tight little asshole.
He also, it's also worth noting that Trent banged Hot Young Briley right before Coach Norman did. So he got a good spot with him, too.
Look at the kids trying to rally Trent to get back to his feet. Why?
The lumberjacks.
They're worried. Yeah, they're worried that if Wayne Van Dyke wins, it's going to be a dark day for kindergartners everywhere. Wow, that's awful. He's beating up Trent in front of those poor lumberjacks. They're not doing their job. They're supposed to throw Trent back in the ring.
How the fuck is this guy getting offense now when two seconds ago he couldn't even lock up with Trent?
It's the power of pornography, my friend. He is very serious about those AJ Lee sex pics.
Wayne Van Dyke, quick bit of information here. He got his name from a lesbian porn titled Dykes on Bikes. And that's you know, he's using that name in tribute here, to pay tribute to that magazine, which he loves so very much.
Well, Wayne Van Dyke, he has talked to me on Twitter before. He made a fake account, and he spammed me for those sex pics of AJ Lee. I want sex pics, AJ Lee. That's all he asked for. He was promptly suspended and deleted. I did tell him to ask Trent, so I feel like it's partially my fault this is happening. Sorry, Trent.
Van Dyke.
He looks winded, man. He's tired. He's been wrestling an Iron Man match or something.
He's the reason the wellness policy is a bad thing. Look at him. It's like he has AIDS. It's funny because he has all the negative side effects of steroids and none of the positives. Nice side headlock there by Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, Trent is struggling. I feel so bad for Trent. This guy is getting some serious offense on him.
Trent's getting beat up by a skinny cancer patient.
The worst part about this is that Trent has this guy's hands on him, and you don't know where this guy's hands have been.
Most likely on himself.
They've probably been on him, the small children, the fat chicks. He tried to touch Solo Darling. He got the half hug.
He confused Solo Darling with a 12-year-old girl because she's so small. Now Trent continuing to get his fucking ass beat here. Trent Barreta's nipples are what's going to be the deciding factor in this matchup because they're so big. That really, if you can get those nipples to come into play, he's going to get some offense here and he's going to win this match.
Who do you think will win in a nipple fight between Trent and Cesaro? Which, by the way, maybe that's what it is. Trent's so messed up from being released by the WWE, he thinks this guy is Antonio Cesaro. They have the same haircut anyway.
If you combine Cesaro, or I should say if you can combine Trent Barreta and Paul Van Dyke, you would get Antonio Cesaro. With the hairline and the giant nipples and the fucking weird attire.
And probably the strange fetishes, too. Cesaro's foreign, so he probably has very dirty... He probably likes shitting on people.
And now Trent making the company... You know, Trent has a strange obsession with the NXT cold tub, which might have something to do with the nipples and making them erect to distract his opponents. I heard he tried to bathe in there earlier today, actually.
Well, Trent is firing up, and he is ready to take Van Dyke apart. And the elbow to the head of Van Dyke.
With the up-close shot of Van Dickhead's ass. From the gay cameraman who...
And a dramatic pause and a brain buster, which I guess you can't really call a brain buster if there's no brain to be busted in poor Van Dyke here.
Every time Wayne gets hit, he screams like a little bitch. You'll notice, like during the chops, he was screaming like a bitch.
And here's Trent firing up, sizing up Van Dyke, who's in the center of the ring, stunned.
He might be going for the
back snap. Hey, wait a minute. You know what? Van Dyke now owes us $5. You're not allowed to use that move unless you're Puerto Rican or Mexican.
Well, Trent's finisher is called the Dude Buster. I'm hoping it does not involve him sticking his hand down Van Dyke's singlet and beating him off.
It's taken Van Dyke like 7 years to get to the top turnbuckle. I mean, Flair could make it up there in less that time.
He has the strength of a 7-year-old and the endurance of my grandmother.
And Trent propping him up. I kind of wish Trent would just like throw him off the top turnbuckle onto the arena floor and let the kids murder Van Dyke like they did in the movie Hostel. Does Trent really want to put this guy's face that close into his crotch? Come on.
Apparently.
Riley's going to be so pissed off when Trent gets home. Hey, how'd you get that float job, Van Dyke?
I have a feeling that that right there might be a deciding factor in this matchup. And I wonder who's going to win.
I wonder how this guy keeps kicking out. I mean, Trent should have killed him like 6 times by now.
Well, you see, it's actually all a ploy. He pretends to be a weak little bitch, but he has superpowers and he can kick out of anything and everything.
You know what it is? He has superpowers because his last name is Dyke, so he's given superpowers by the LGBT community, and they can revoke them at any time they please. They haven't figured out that he's not an actual Dyke.
Being hit in the face by Van Dyke is like being hit by a 5-year-old boy. It doesn't really hurt, but it's pretty fucking annoying.
And Trent now with the running knee in the corner.
And Van Dyke completely fucking no-selling, making Trent look like garbage. Super kick. Oh, he didn't even kick him in the head. He kicked him in the shoulder.
Well, that's the shoulder that that's the shoulder on Van Dyke's dick arm, so he won't be masturbating.
He's going for the Dude Buster. He's making him eat his ass. Eating it.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
It's
2, 3. Yes. And Van Dyke, with a face full of ass, he's going to go home. He's not going to get H.A. Lee's Sex Picks. He does not pass go. He does not collect $200. And Trent Barreta with a decisive victory tonight here in the Ikea Arena.
Wow, I can't wait. I hope we see a rematch somewhere down the line. We need General Manager Minja Tran to book another rematch with these two. What a classic 5-star contest.
Trent is a great wrestler. He embodies what F.A.G is all about.
And now he's posing and flexing over the little dead weenie, Paul Van Dickhead.
Well, it's a big win. He has to celebrate. I hear he's going to go out. He's going to have himself a nice steak dinner and maybe a couple beers, brewskis with his good friend Ethan Carter. And we are out. And that's a wrap for another edition of Fun Athletic Guys here on the Riven Landon YouTube channel. Of course, be sure to listen to us every week on Ask with Riven Landon, which you can find on blogtalkradio.com/CSTC and listentothishow.com. We have another great match coming to you guys next week. The Ikea Arena, I'm telling you.
Yeah, next week we're going to be back here in the amazing Ikea Arena for, I hear General Manager Minjatran has just sent me a note. He's booking a women's match between Mercedes Justine and Solo Darling.
And, do you think we get a cheap pop from the Ikea employees in their little shirts selling furniture every time we say right here in the Ikea Arena?
We might get a discount. I'm not sure.
Yeah, 10%, 12%. Good night, everybody.